Hello readers, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to recommend you some of the amazing books which you will definitely going to love. So as you know, there are thousands of books being published every year, but only a handful of them stays with us truly till the last page. So today I'm going to recommend you books, and the interesting part, from like many genres. We are not just sticking to one, and we are going to dive from the timeless classics to literary fictions to fantasy fiction, non-fiction, to dark romance, to mythology, Indian history. So we can say there is something for every kind of reader. And I hope any of these books just find the right spot on your TBR or on your bookshelf, and I truly hope they will. So let's start with the video. Let's start with the section 1, which is classic literature, and the first book is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. When many of the people hear the word classic, they often think which something is boring or difficult to get through, but believe me, when I talk about Wuthering Heights and someone asks me to recommend something intense, emotional, gripping, then definitely this book will be on top of my list. This book is anything but boring, and it's filled with obsession, revenge, heartbreak, and the characters that are beautifully flawed. At its heart, this story is about Heathcliff and Catherine, a relationship that has captivated many readers for generations. Why? Because it refuses to fit in the mold of traditional romance. If you are someone who likes gothic setting, emotionally complex characters, and classic that still sparks discussion, this book is for you. Now moving on to the next book, the first literary fiction of all time, my favorite, is The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. Set in Kerala, the Booker Prize winner novel is about the themes of love, caste, memory, and loss. It explores lives of two twins, Esther and Rahel. What makes this book extraordinary isn't just a story, it's how the immersive and beautifully the author has written the story. This book asks your time. This isn't just a book that you will complete in a weekend. It asks its readers to absorb every page because it holds like a weight and a meaning to it. There are moments that I have found myself reading and rereading the same paragraph many times because the book was so beautifully written. I would specially recommend this book to the readers who like literary fiction, like in a thoughtful way, and don't mind taking out your time for this beautiful piece. The next recommendation of literary fiction is definitely Norwegian Birds by Haruki Murakami. This book is wonderful to start with if you have never read his work before, because it is grounded in reality. At its core, this story is about coming-of-age story which explores love, loneliness, feelings which we feel throughout our life as we grow up. One thing Murakami does so well is finding beauty in ordinary moments. He just never misses the chance to make its readers feel the meaning, the worth, the presence of that moment. This isn't fast-paced. I would say it's reflective, deeply rooted. It has deep meanings and deeply human. If you like introspective stories that focuses more on emotions rather than actions, this book is for you. Let's move on to the fantasy section. If you want to read a story which is compassionate, heartwarming, feels like truly real and just beautiful in a way which you find extraordinary, you should definitely give a try to The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. So this story begins in the people of the village who believes that they have to sacrifice every year a child to impress the witch which lives in the forest named San. But it's totally opposite. The witch Zan is kind and compassionate. The witch takes them and rescues them. The children, she takes them and rescues them to the kind and loving families. Everything changes when one day one baby accidentally drank the moonlight instead of the starlight, filling her with extraordinary magical powers. This story then finally unfolds into the story of love, courage, sacrifice, and about discovering who you truly are. One thing my favorite in the story is the magical atmosphere. It's imaginative without being overwhelming, making it perfect for adult and younger readers. If you love books that tell you why storytelling is magical in a certain way, then The Girl Who Drank the Moon is definitely should be on your book list. If you ever wanted to know about the part of the Indian history that doesn't get enough recognition, then definitely you should read Lords of the Deccan by Anirudh Ganisetti. This book takes us through like thousands of years back, powerful alliances, unbreakable kingdoms, unforgettable rulers. The best thing I like about this book is that it doesn't present history and its facts as a range of dry events. It presents in such a fresh and modern new way. It has illustrations that makes this book even more interesting to read about, which also grabs our attention to particular events that happened. It has maps, illustration, and everything just you need to be indulged in this book fully. If you are someone who doesn't read history at all, then you will find this book as like most easy to read about. It's easily accessible. It has the most simple writing, but in a very beautiful way that you will definitely going to like. So yes, this book is worth giving a try. With this particular history book, if you want to also dive in that same kind of book which is related to that genre of history, Indian history, then you should definitely try Krishna Dev Raya of Vijayanagara by Srinivas Reddy. This is an exemplary biography that brings the whole world of Vijayanagara to life as no previous book has ever before succeeded in doing. These are its reviews. If you don't know, then let me tell you, Krishna Dev Raya is known as the greatest rulers in Indian history, and this particular book has a depiction of the actions, military, of how he has had an incredible journey of leadership. Whether you are already interested in history or you are just beginning to explore, this book is a perfect example of Indian history which brings the past world into the most modern way. Have you ever wondered that does aging is a process that can be stopped or just slowed down? Then that's where our next book comes into play. If you're talking about the non-fiction, then definitely you should get your hands on this particular book, which is Lifespan by David A. Sinclair. Written by renowned Harvard geneticist Dr. David A. Sinclair, this book challenges many of our traditional beliefs about aging. Instead of treating aging as something inevitable, Sinclair presents research suggesting that it may be a biological process we can be better understand. Now it's important to remember that this isn't a medical guide or a promise of living forever. Rather, it's a thought-provoking look. If you are curious about science, health, living, biological processes, then definitely this book is for you. You just have to give it a try, and even if you don't have interest in science, then also you should read this book because it's so interesting, it's so easy to understand, but still it's a really short book, not so much thick book it is, but still it takes so much of information to get through chapter by chapter. But also I will promise that as you read it, the information is going to blow your mind. What does he presents in this book? So yes, this book is definitely yes, and you should give it a try. Now moving on to the next genre, which is mythological fiction, and also I want all of your comments about which genre is your favorite and which particular book you find fascinating. Just share it with me, please. So, starting with the mythological fiction, if you have ever read Mahabharata or even just heard about it, the next book will definitely be a fresh start in the journey of reading mythological fiction. So, our next book is The Palace of Illusion by Chitra Banerjee. Instead of following the familiar heroes, this story is narrated by Draupadi, allowing us to experience the epic through her eyes. We witness her ambitions, her strengths, her struggles, or even her sacrifices throughout the journey, and we see a world that is largely controlled just by men. The writing is elegant, the book is immersive, and if you have read Mahabharata at any point of your life, then this book will going to be the fresh start in your journey of reading the mythological fiction. If you enjoy fiction, mythological fiction, or even strong protagonist, then definitely you should try reading this book, and I will assure you that you are going to love this book because Chitra Banerjee writing is so good. She writes so beautifully, she even carves tiny moments into beautiful memories. So yes, this book definitely deserves a place on your bookshelf. So my next recommendation of dark romance is less of a dark romance and more of a contemporary romance. So just bear with me. So if you people like witty banter, plenty of chemistry, memorable characters, then definitely you should check out The Fine Print. That was the first contemporary romance book I've ever read, and it was kinda I liked it, and I am suggesting this book because it's like a workplace romance which started as a workplace romance, built up into a real relationship, and its story is kinda new and fresh. So this story was fixed in this is the first book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. What started as a work-based romance slowly built up into a real thing, a real relationship, and a real business. So yes, I won't say much about this book because I just simply liked it and there was nothing much to say. If I have to read the back of the book, if you me, so it's about the main MMC.
I'm in the business of creating fairy tales, theme parks, production companies, 5-star hotels. Everything could be all mine if I renovated Dreamland. My initial idea of hiring Sarah, the main FMC, was good in theory, but then I kissed her. Things spiraled out of control once I texted her using an alias. By the time I realized where I went wrong, it was too late. People like me don't get happy endings. Not when we are destined to ruin them.
Let's talk about Sarah, the main FMC. After submitting a drunk proposal criticizing Dreamland's most expensive ride, I should have been fired. Instead, Rowan Kane, the main MMC, offered me a dream job. The catch: I had to work for the most difficult boss I had ever met. Rowan was rude and completely off limits, but my heart didn't care, at least not until I discovered his secret. He has a secret. It was time to teach the billionaire that money couldn't fix everything, especially not us. So I think you have found it yourself intrigued for this book. If not, then it's totally fine too. And if you, then definitely should check out this book. It's good. So people, here we come to an end of our recommending the many books, and only the good books. And I think you should give these all books a try, and especially, I must say that I'm not a fan of dark romances or contemporary romances, but my favorite genre is thrillers and romance novel. And I've also stated my few favorites in my previous videos, so you can check those out too. And I want your people comments on what's your favorite novel, what fascinates you the most, and what genre is your favorite. So yes, we have talked much in this particular video about books, and I hope you like these recommendations. And if so, then you have to like, share and subscribe this video, share it with your reader friend, and I wish you happy reading, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.